Most people know what they want, but very few people know why they want it. And why is that key difference that can help you push through the hard times and reach your goals. So this week I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to find your why. My name is Ryder, and on this channel I give you fearless strategies for leadership and personal development. And before we get into Find Your Why, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. I put out new content every week. And also make sure you stick around to the end for some free bonus material. All right, so let's get started. All right, so tip number 1 is consider your skills and talents. Make sure you don't just consider hard skills like spreadsheets and graphic design. Make sure you also consider soft skills like, do you have integrity? Do you pay attention to detail? Are you good with people? If you're having trouble figuring out what your strengths are, I highly recommend a book called StrengthsFinder 2.0. I'll put a link for it in the description below. I've used this for my teams in the past. I've passed them out as Christmas presents, and it'll actually help you identify your top 5 strengths. So it's a great tool you can use to figure out what you're good at. All right, so tip number 2 is to consider your passions and expertise. What are you passionate about at work? What do you really enjoy doing? What are you passionate about in your life outside of work? What do people come to you? What are you considered the expert in that people come to you and say, hey, help me with this. This is something you're good at. Okay, so consider those passions and expertise. All right, so tip number 3 for finding your why is to consider your impact and legacy. What kind of impact do you want to make? What is the change that you want to be in the world? What do you want to make better? What do you want people to think about you when you're gone? What kind of difference do you want to leave behind? Okay, so all these things can help you figure out your impact and legacy and what you want to do in this world. Okay, so I'll give you something I did once before. I wrote my obituary as it would read today, and I wrote my obituary as I wanted it to read. And then I figured out where the gaps were, so I could reverse engineer the changes I need to make in my life to leave that impact and legacy that I wanted. All right, now I'm gonna give you today's bonus tip, and that is that it's not always good to turn your passion into a job. I'm a whitewater kayaker, I absolutely love it. I love going out and kayaking, but I opened a kayak shop, which turned out to be a huge mistake, because sooner or later, I wasn't kayaking anymore. It was just going to the store every day and working, and I was no longer enjoying kayaking. It was work. So it's not always good to take what you love to do and turn it into your job. Sometimes it's better to figure out what you're good at and just find more time to enjoy the things you love to do. All right, so now you should have 3 lists, right? You should have your skills and talents, your passions and expertise, and your impact and legacy. Now start going through those lists and figuring out where they intersect, where they kind of match up, and you'll start to find your why. All right, so now you know how to find your why, but do you really know? If you look below, I'm including a link in this video to some free training. It's going to be a video that we're really going to do a deep dive into finding your why, and I'm going to give you an awesome tool that you can not only use for that, but you can also use it for other problems in your life. And also you'll have a free worksheet you can download. So make sure you check that out and share it with your friends. All right, so if you like this video, please like it below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.